Soon after the ceasefire took effect this week between Israel and Hamas, another truce ended, the agreement among candidates in Israel's upcoming elections not to campaign during the crisis. Analysts said it probably was too much to ask for the political ceasefire to last much longer. "The war has started," said a front-page headline in Friday's leading Yediot Ahronoth newspaper, referring to the barely couched maneuvering for advantage. Some questioned whether there was ever a break in the politicking. "Even during the conflict, there was no ceasefire," said Gabriel Weiman, communication and politics professor at Haifa University. "The campaign was always going on." Yediot Ahronoth reported that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his inner circle delayed announcing the ceasefire with Hamas, largely concerned that air raid warnings in the final hours of the conflict, just as he was unveiling the deal, could damage his election prospects. Conventional wisdom would suggest that the 8-day conflict would benefit Netanyahu. Israel pounded Hamas targets, killed several Hamas leaders, sharply reduced stockpiles of rockets that militants in Gaza were firing at Israel, and showed that its Iron Dome anti-missile system was highly effective. But pundits say that the conflict will be politically neutral at best for Netanyahu and his Likud party, and that assumes the ceasefire more or less holds through the January 22 elections, in which 120 seats will be contested in the Knesset, or parliament. The poll released Friday found most Israelis oppose the ceasefire. Israelis have been unsettled by the Arab Spring and many hope for a knockout blow against Hamas. In southern Israel, which is closest to Gaza and is the most threatened by rocket attacks, the plurality thought the ceasefire was a mistake. Ashkelon shopkeeper Lyra Yosef, 24, said he used to support Netanyahu. "Now I'm not so sure. Of course we don't want to get hit with rockets, but this isn't going to stop anything. We need to go into Gaza and flush them out." In the volatile Middle East, the 2 months left until the elections is a long time. "You could have 4 wars in that time," Weiman said. Netanyahu's political fate is tied in part to Hamas, Egypt and even the United States, given their influence on whether rocket attacks resume, weapons blockades are enforced and the deal is policed. If the ceasefire fails, Netanyahu will almost certainly lose some ground. "He has a lot of opposition in his own party," said Yehuda Ben-Meir, senior research analyst with the Institute for National Security Studies. But other factors play into Netanyahu's hand. Although he isn't seen as a particularly gutsy, visionary or reliable leader, many here see him as the best candidate in a weak field, especially on a central issue for Israeli voters. "No other leader has the credibility of Netanyahu on security issues," said Ofer Koenig, an analyst with Jerusalem's Israel Democracy Institute. Labour Party leader Shirley Yachimuvite, long known for her tough positions on social justice, has played it safe politically, essentially ceding many social debates to the right to the consternation of supporters. Kadima party head Shaul Mofaz is seen by some as thin-skinned and untrustworthy for cozying up to Netanyahu after calling him a liar, then reversing course a few months later. On the right, Israel Beiteinu party head Avigdor Lieberman is already aligned with Likud, as if the Sephardic ultra-Orthodox Shas party, led by Eli Yishai,